The next speaker is Nathalie Picke. She is from Montpellier. She has been working in Boulogne already for quite a while, and since 2007 she is working as assistant curator at the new Montpellier Aquarium. She will present the first steps of animal training at the aquarium in Montpellier.
So, many facilities in Europe and in the world are using training for terrestrial or marine mammals, birds and reptiles. But in the world, training is new but grows up. This presentation will show us our first step in animal training. This would never be achieved without the marine astromaquarists, and thank you for them. Located in the commercial and leisure area of Odysseum in Montpellier, France, the aquarium Mare Nostrum opened to the public in December 2007. Like in many facilities, the Mare Nostrum Aquarist team has to deal with a large number of talks and a lack of time to address all of them. But from the beginning of the project, animal training was decided by the curator to be a part of the aquarium duties. At Mare Nostrum Aquarium, the aquarius team is composed of 7 biologists, the senior curator, and the curator. According to the numerous duties we had, we decided to spend only 2 hours a day for training. We receive help from Geraldine Lacave. She comes at Mare Nostrum every 6 to 8 weeks for tutoring lessons, measuring our progress, and we also have homeworks for the next time she comes. The species we train at the moment are our African penguins colony, some large emblematic fish, such as Beaumorfray, 2 sawfish, and a couple of zebra sharks. Inspired by all the previous works on training done by many facilities in the world on birds, mammals, and sharks, the main goals of training at Mare Nostrum are to have control access to the animals for medical examination, for example, moving an animal from one place to another, but also for adding changes in the time schedule. The conditioning method based on positive reinforcement was chosen with our veterinarian, Geraldine Lacave. She usually works on mammals and birds. Considering the method, the frequency of a behavior is linked with the results of this behavior. If you like something, you will do everything to have it again. And positive reinforcement, the asked behavior is rewarded by adding something to the animal's environment, and the primary reward is food. So now, with the penguins, the colony is made of 13 penguins, 13 African penguins. We have 4 males and 9 males. They are between 4 and 6 years old. We have 6 pairs. Our colony is a part of the original Nondicas group, established in 2006. They come from the EPP program and were born in Paignton Zoo, England, Wilhelma Zoo, Germany, and Safari Pog in France. At Nausicaa, the penguins were fed by hands, but not trained. On their arrival at Mare Nostrum, the penguins had to deal with a new environment, new keepers. In order to facilitate their acclimatization, keepers from Nausicaa joined us for 1 month. The display is in an open space where the visitors can see them from above in a rocky cliff atmosphere. Under the surface, through 2 large acrylic panels, the penguins are offered in 175 cubic meter tank and 3 meters deep. Build-in nests have been done in the concrete scenery. They can be reached both from the penguins area and from a corridor behind the scene. In case of disease or need to separate the animals, a quarantine room equipped with a dry area, a pool and a reform or window allows the penguin to see and listen to each other. The basic tools. In order to achieve the exercise, some basic tools are needed. A target where the animals have to focus on. At Mare Nostrum we use the traditional target pool, a long and a short one. Ultrasonic whistle is also needed to indicate that the exercise is done correctly by the animal. Whistling is a bridge between the exercise correctly done and the reward. Now what we do, every training begins with a starting sexual signal to inform the penguins that it's time for work. At the beginning, in 2008, we worked by 2, one aquarist for training and one for checking which one of the penguins worked, but it was too hard and the penguins are not patient. So Geraldine asked us to divide the colony into groups, with 1 trainer per group. Then training was easier, and the penguins were less aggressive with less food robustly. The exercises are chosen by the trainer depending on the penguin's progress and according to Geraldine's homework. When training is finished, the trainer shows their hands to inform that the working time is over. Now the exercise. As mentioned, training begins by ringing a metallic tube at the entrance of the display. This is the starting session signal. This first exercise we had to perform is target. At the beginning, the exercise was called to the penguins by his name, then touch the penguin's beak with the pool, whistle, and reward the penguin. Today, when we call a penguin, he comes directly towards the target and touch it. The bridge comes and the reward. This is the first step we had to do with our penguins before ongoing with other exercises, such as a touch, for touching any part of the penguins, the neck, the wings, the bedding, and so on. Touch had to be very gently done to prevent the aquarists from pitching or backward movements for the animals. Water was introduced for one of the penguins that didn't come for feeding on land. So we use something he can do and we reward it as often as possible. Scale. Scale is used to habituate your penguins to climb on a scale and to check their weight. Stay with a hand sign is used for keeping a penguin on place without moving. So the exercise, every exercise is based on the following chaining. Calling the penguin by his name, announce the exercise. Bridging if the exercise is done. If nothing happens, we ask again for the exercise and then rewarding. Now have a look of a short film to each exercise. The exercise target. Now the exercise touch with another keeper. And now the exercise stay. Now she asks me to stay without moving, and she understands very well. She asks. So now penguins training was settled in a few weeks after their arrival. A month after, all the penguins had understood the target basis. Scale, touch, and water were introduced in March 2008 after targeting was understood. Sometimes the way the penguins behave depends also on the trainer. And the session time reduced from 55 minutes to 20 as the penguins progress. As the training progresses, we notice that our penguins need variabilities in their time schedules. We've been advised to introduce changes in their environments as new objects, noise, or sudden events, such as an aquarist entering in their area. With that, we will avoid the penguins to get used to regular training hours. Training time is limited, but we will continue it, even if the results are longer to reach. We will also let the penguins to go in the backstage corridor and open the quarantine area. This will allow us to work with the small groups and to go faster on some exercises. Some exercises are not completely understood by all of your penguins. We have to work harder on them. New exercise will be introduced that as moving penguins from one trainer to another. And since 2008, our penguins are more confident with their keepers. They are looking forward to begin medical examination and in a few months. And now with the fish. Regarding the fish, we have selected for the training 3 species to work on before, extending to the other. 2 of them are currently trained in other aquariums, the sawfish and the zebra sharks, and the bomb of ray was also included in this training team. This slide shows the characteristic of animals since their arrival at Mare Nostrum and how much they have grown. For all of them, training was done since the quarantine period. The main tank where the trained fish are represents the world ocean. It's a large 18-meter cylinder, 8.5 meter deep. An isolation pool open to the main tank is used to transport. An isolation pool open to the main tank is used for the transport or other operation. The fish we train live together with bony fish, such as jacks, grunts, and tarpons. We will also have 5 grey nurse sharks, 4 sandbars and 2 leopard whales in these tanks. All the sharks and whales are fed at different times and places. There is a places to feed the leopard whale in the isolation tank. One place for the grenades and the sandbars. For this purpose, and in order to feed them at the surface, a floating pontoon has been installed. The roof of the balcony is also used as a beach for the training sessions. What we do? The first goals of training fish at Marinastrom is to have them used to some basic exercises under control. These large fish are potentially harmful, so it was decided to avoid direct contact at the moment. Fish training started for 3 species during quarantine time. As for the penguins, we use a starting session signal associated with a visual distancing and a target pool.
2 minutes.
Okay. The distancing is to habituate the animals to distinguish their training time. And clicker and made low-frequency buzzer fixed on the pole of the target is used as a bridge. The sound is transmitted into the water through the metallic tube. As we made some difficulties to make this device waterproof, we still use the clicker when the buzzer doesn't work. And you have 2 short films with first the sawfish. And now the bomb of three. The results, as expected, and even if it takes more time than the penguins, the fish learn to feed at the right place, the way in the isolation tank, the grainers and sandbars at the pontoon, but it's happened a few times to have them at the balcony than for the bomb nursery. In addition, the zebra sharks come sometimes at the pontoon when we feed the largest one. The method consisting in touching the fish with the target while bridging and rewarding was very efficient to have them following the target. The distinct sign is well understood by the bomofre. We may say that she recognizes it as its personal sign. For now, the other fish still come too often when a distinct sign is emerged. They're still confused. And the distinct sign is one of the exercises that we have to improve with the zebra and the sawfish. Training time for fish began in 2008 with one global session on 45 minutes every day, but evolved in 2009 with 3 different sessions of 15 minutes, 6 days a week for the 3 different species. This helped to make the fish understand the 1 sessions. New exercises will be undertaken with the trained fish. We are going to extend the following of the target outside of the balcony area. Rewarding will still be done at the balcony. We will also emerge different devices such as a stretcher for passive habituation. New patterns are on study to habituate our fish to move from one place to another. As mentioned for the African penguins, fish training takes time, and we all have to deal with a huge amount of normal duties. But we carry on training with the new few times we have. Training develop another type of relation with our animals. we have noticed that different characters inside the group, for example, the bourmouth and the zebras cease to be very good students compared to the sawfish. We still have to enforce the basis of training with our fish, but training will help us in close and control medical examination. Since we train our fish, a lot of questions appeared, such as how do they listen, how do they see? These primary questions could be studied closely with trained animals. Furthermore, training may help us in our missions for education and information of our visitors with a short demonstration of their abilities. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Nathalie. We have time for one small question.
Yes, I have just one question about the penguin training. Why did you learn to train them to stay? Because at our facility, stay is also the same as a target training, just to stay at one spot. So why did you learn to stay instead of all the other things you learned there?
Stéphane, au secours. Est-ce que tu peux traduire ce qui vient d'être dit, s'il te plaît?
Sorry, I'm translating this to help with that. Okay, she says that the idea is to help, this exercise is to help to separate one penguin from the others in order to avoid the others to come and growl just for food or things like that during the exercises.
Okay, thank you, Nathalie and Stefan. I would like to go on with the next talk. Thank you very much, Nathalie.